was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 years ago, her world fell apart. But even during the darkest moments, Donna made room for something so important, and that is laughter. And now the voiceover artist and actor is putting pen to paper to celebrate the funny and uplifting moments of a cancer journey, and actually needs your help writing it. So Donna joins me now in the studio to share her story and probably have a good laugh. Welcome to the studio, Donna.
Hi there, lovely to be here.
It's great to have you with us in the studio. So I guess let's start at the very beginning. Take us back to that day that you heard the word cancer. Like, what was going through your head? What's the first thing you think?
Goodness, that day. So I was in my prime. I was training for a 10K for cancer research, feeling good, eating good. I find a lump at the bottom of my right breast, think nothing of it. Anyway, fast forward to hearing those words, and it was like, you know, like in a movie when you see the words, the words just tunnel over somebody and go into the distance. That's exactly what happened. And it was a shock because I was also told that I was going to have to go through all of it, you know, chemo, radiotherapy, surgery. It was hard.
Immediately, though, you found the light in the dark. I mean, I read this bit. Tell us what happened when you said that, you know, your sisters rushed to your house after your diagnosis, and the first thing you said.
Well, yeah, so I kept it from my parents because I was hoping it was going to be good news, but my sisters were on standby, and I got the news, and they both came rushing from various ends of the country. My first sister walks through the door, and we cry and we hug, and then all of a sudden I pull away from her, look her in the eye and say, "What was the point in all that kale and broccoli?" And we both burst out laughing. My second sister comes 10 minutes later. We hug, we cry. I pull back from her and say, "I didn't know boobs this small could even get it." And again, we were absolutely in hysterics. And throughout the whole journey, this is how I found it.
A bit of a theme.
Yeah, a bit of a theme, really. And I found that women were really generous coming forward to me, helping me, chatting to me about how the journey might look. But invariably, I'd be on the phone and we'd end up in fits of laughter. And it was I looked back actually the other day, it was only about 3 weeks after this devastating diagnosis that the idea for this book came to me.
Right, I see. And I guess that came from those moments of kind of real deep talking to laughter in a flick of a switch.
Absolutely, real deep tears and talking.
Yeah, one extreme to the other.
One extreme to another, but I've always been brought up with laughter in my family. My gran always could laugh about anything. My mum is constantly laughing, bless her.
What do you think that the laughter has done for you and your friends during this sort of really scary and all-consuming journey?
Well, it keeps you going because it's really, really hard. Nobody tells you how hard it's going to be. It's not just a physical disease, it's a mental disease as well. And the laughter, I suppose it keeps a little bit of normality in your life. Yeah.
You're not obviously making light of cancer or belittling the struggles and the heartbreak. You know the highs and lows, and you're not belittling its severity. But do you think finding the comedy along the way has totally flipped, I guess, that the C word on its head?
I think it has, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it gives you a sense of control because, you know, it's very easy to feel depressed about it and lie in bed. And don't get me wrong, there were some mornings where mentally I couldn't get up because it was so hard. But I think being able to find humour in the bits that are humorous, maybe give you a sense of control.
Tell us whereabouts you are now on your journey.
So I'm sort of 2.5 years from my diagnosis, and things are good. I am now volunteering for a breast cancer charity called Breast Cancer Now. So I speak to women who are going through breast cancer, and again, I often find that through the tears, we often, you know, have a laugh. I'm just trying to, you know, find the positive, really.
And you want to write a book.
Absolutely.
So we spoke about this earlier. Tell us about the idea that you have for this book and how the idea came to you during this.
So I want to create a book that's bringing together people's stories. I say people because it's not just women, men have breast cancer too.
Yeah.
I want to bring together people's unique stories where they found laughter, something outrageous happened to them. And I already have a number of people, but I am looking for more. So, for instance, one of my ladies, she was baking a cake while she was going through chemotherapy. She opens the oven and sets a wig on fire.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So there's all sorts of these, light moments. And I just thought, wouldn't it be great to get all of these stories together, put them in a book, and also hope that the book can raise money. Any profits raised from the book, a percentage of it could go towards a breast cancer charity. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
I love this idea, though. I love the idea of taking something that is so evil and horrible and negative and really squeezing the funny side out of what you can that comes from it.
Absolutely. And so far the response has been overwhelming. So many people have come forward and said, even women that say, oh, I don't think I do have a story, I say that's okay, but then they always say this is such a good idea. And my vision is that people may be sat in the chemo chair opening this book, and it just makes them feel better and lighter, maybe have a bit of a giggle, maybe people can give it to their friends and family while they're going through breast cancer. That's my hope, really, that it can make people feel better.
You mentioned an amazing cause earlier. You've been helped locally, haven't you?
I have. So I reached out to the Hummingbird Centre, and because they are a local cancer charity near Bicester, and they provide amazing support for people going through cancer and families of people going through cancer, and they've been so supportive of the book. I can't speak highly. I used them myself when I was going through cancer, which is why I reached out to them.
Always hear lots of positive things from them.
They are amazing. And I remember the first time my oncologist told me about them, and the first time I walked through the door, I just burst into tears. And a lady got me a cup of tea and some tissues, but again, within 20 minutes I was connecting with people, smiling, and that's what I want this book to do, make people smile through a really difficult time.
And that makes absolute sense. What would you say to anybody who might be listening to us now, who might have very recently had that diagnosis that you had, or battling through, the laughter and the tears that comes with it all? What would your advice be, I suppose?
I think when you have the diagnosis, you quickly realise that cancer takes a lot from you. It can take elements of your physicality, elements of what you thought to be true about the world, but it is really okay to not let it take the essence of you. And if that's humour, you are allowed, to have a laugh and be you, because, there's enough moments of darkness. So it is okay to find you amongst that.
Wise words. How can anybody listening get in touch with you to share their story and quite possibly be featured in this upcoming book?
So either contact the show, or I have set up an email address, breastcancersmiles@gmail.com. Or feel free to search for me on the socials. It's Donna Louise Bryan with a Y, and I would love to hear from you.
breastcancersmiles@gmail.com.
That's right,
from the fact that I remembered that, it says that you've chosen a good email address, because my memory is hopeless. So that's brilliant. Anybody listening who wants to share any of their, I guess you just want the funny moments that have happened.
the funny, outrageous, just something that you look back on now, and maybe at the time it was outrageous, but you look back on now and you smile. Another example of mine is, so of course I lost my hair because I had full-on chemotherapy, and after my last chemo, my hair was starting to grow back, and I was sat watching telly with my other half one evening, and he looked across at me and said, "Do you know who you remind me of now your hair's starting to grow back?" And I thought he was going to say some gorgeous African goddess. He said, "Trevor McDonald." It just
I can see why that would take. I mean, that's brilliant. That's great. And your book is going to be full of stuff like this.
Yeah, this is it.
That's so funny. I bet you've never let him live that down, have you? Amazing. Thank you so much for coming in, sharing your story. And I'll tell you what, we would love to have you back when you've got this book together.
Yeah, I'd love to be back. Yeah, because I don't know how long it's going to take, because the essence of this book is the stories. So it's all about the wonderful people that contribute. And then I've decided to publish traditionally. I thought about self-publishing, but no, I want to find a traditional publisher.
Yeah.
So it might take a while, but you know.
Have you started on it yet? Or
I
is
have.
So it's not just nothing, it's already starting to pile up.
It is starting to take shape. Yeah,
Exciting.
so that is really exciting because, as I say, the idea came to me 2 years ago, but I was in the thick of it, really. I wasn't in the headspace to do it.
Yeah, of course.
So, about a month ago, I thought, no, girl, you've got to do this.
This sounds like a really wonderful thing to do. One last time, what's that email address in case anyone's now suddenly gone, oh, I want to share my story?
Yeah, it's breastcancersmiles@gmail.com.
Amazing. Well, once again, thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll be chatting to you soon about your book.
Lovely, thank you.
All right, that's Donna there. Right, it's 12:23 on BBC Radio Oxford with Taylor